All right, good evening, everybody. What were you waiting for? What were you waiting for? Good evening to everyone tuned in on our live stream, wherever you may be in South Africa. Introduce yourself. We've got Carol on our live chat. I'm sure she'd love to know where you are dialing in from, so to speak. From the old days, dialing in. We don't dial into anything anymore, do we? My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending the next 35 minutes or so with you. So it is a fairly short and sharp presentation. It is a business proposition. It's not a presentation. It is an invitation to come join us in business, in partnership. And so along the way, keep some notes in your head with regards to any questions that you might have. Go speak to the person that's hosting you this evening. I'm sure someone has introduced you to DuePoint, so speak to them once we are done. You are most welcome to come chat to me afterwards, nonetheless, or ask Carol any questions that you might have over the live stream. So let's begin. To start off with, let me tell you, DuePoint is a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. So we are an insurance company, a registered insurance company in South Africa. We have been operating since 1952, so there's nearly 70 years. We have a very well-established track record in South Africa in the insurance industry. But DuePoint is fairly new. We were formed about 3.5 years ago, when a number of factors came together for the founders of this business. I'm going to share those with you because it'll give you context to the relevance of this business. Because if I'm inviting you to join us to partner in this business, you must know what this business is aiming to do or achieve, right? And so it's fairly important to understand, well, what is the vision of this business? So what we wanted to achieve with DuePoint was to create social impact. Purely from a financial perspective. That's why you all here this evening. You're here for... What are you here for? Money, there we go. And so that's the impact that we want to achieve with this business. And so what we've done is we've opened up this business to partnership with community, with the public. And so anyone is able to join this business. We call it a business very much wrapped around social entrepreneurship because that's the impact that we want to have. We want to have social impact through entrepreneurship. This is a business invitation to come join us in business. And our mandate becomes, so you might be wondering, well, what are we going to do together? Our mandate becomes to create a greater, better business in South Africa because we want to achieve impact not only in pockets within our country, but all over our country. And so we need you to help us spread the word of this business, to spread the word of the opportunity, and to help us grow a greater business that can have impact in every corner of South Africa. And so your mandate becomes to create what we call channels of distribution. You get to create a stake for yourself in this business, in this insurance business. And if you're able to create a channel of distribution for yourself, well, then you get to share in the benefits through the DuePoint system. So we're going to go through the benefits because this will give you a very good idea of where we stand in terms of business opportunities in South Africa, because I'm sure you have looked at other business opportunities, you might have been involved in other business opportunities, and I'm sure in future you will be looking at other business opportunities. And so it becomes very important to become discerning about, well, what is a good business opportunity and what's not such a good business opportunity. I think if you weigh up our benefits, DuePoint will rise to the top. I think this is the best business opportunity in the country at the moment, right? But you need to be the judge of that. I can't just tell you that. You need to make that decision for yourself. So let's go through the benefits. Number one, if you create a channel of distribution for yourself here at DuePoint, you get to create additional income for yourself, right? That's obvious. That's why you're here. But the nature of the income is what we refer to as recurring income. You get to share in one of the great benefits of insurance companies, and that is to create annuity or passive or recurring income. Many companies bandy this term recurring income around loosely, right? There are not many businesses in South Africa that create true recurring income. My father referred to this business when I was a lot younger as the ability to make money while you're sleeping. I didn't know what he was talking about, right? I come from an advertising design background. I ran an ad agency for about 15 years of my life. We didn't create any recurring income. At the end of every month, we started at zero. We would have to go find the business, do the business, invoice the business, hope we get paid every single month to meet our costs every single month. At the end of every single month, we'd start at zero, have to redo that entire process. Month to month to month to month to month. We're all involved in that constraint of time of activity-based business. Because if you're employed, your employer pays you month to month. Your employer tells you what time to get to work, if you can have a lunch break, a tea break, what time you're allowed to go, how much leave you get, whether you get paternity leave, maternity leave, sick leave, all of these conditions based around activity. And your income is based around activity. DuePoint is not an activity-based business. We do not pay people for their activity. We do not pay people commission. We don't pay you a salary, right? Those activity-based forms of income are tied to risk. Because if anything threatens your ability to do work, it threatens your ability to create income. It threatens your livelihood. What happens if you get sick and you can't work anymore? Are you going to get paid once you've run out of your sick leave? You don't, right? Your boss says, sorry, you've run out of sick leave. That's it. What happens when you get to retirement? And they buy you a nice cake and send you on your way. Your income ends, right? There are all these things. What happens if you get retrenched? Then you're not active. You don't earn income. But here at DuePoint, we pay you for the channel of distribution you create. You get to make money while you're sleeping. We can close our doors today and we will still make income in this business next month, the month after that, maybe even for years to come. Because we've got an asset called a book value. This is what insurance companies create. This is the benefit. This is the stake you get to create for yourself. It mitigates all that risk. At the same time, we allow you power duplication. You have the opportunity to go out and build a team around you that can help you build a channel of distribution much faster than you can on your own. That means your income can increase exponentially in this business. Again, something we are not au fait with in employment. How much of a raise did you get in your salary this year? 3%? Right? Majority of people, less than 3%? Right? Yeah, don't tell us sad stories. We're here for only the good stories. But this is the reality we all face. Here at DuePoint, we allow you to build business. There's no limitation to business if you own what you're building, right? And so you can tap into the power of duplication. And then our business becomes very flexible. We've designed this business to be as simple and easy as possible to conduct. We've leveraged technology to our advantage, where you can build a channel of distribution anywhere in the country at any time of the day from anywhere. You could even build this business while you're sitting on the toilet. How ridiculous is that? Right? You can, because of technology. Right? And so lean into that technology that we've afforded you. Wealth protection. Our business is very much focused on wealth creation. But at the same time, we have to have wealth protection involved at the same time. You don't want to spend years, lifetimes, building up wealth for yourself and then lose it. And so wealth protection becomes almost as important as the ability to create wealth. Right? And so you'll see that in our products that I'm going to show you, but we also have this legal access service that's available for every single wealth engineer in our business, free of charge. For absolutely nothing. We will give you access to a lawyer 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, just by being part of DuePoint. That mitigates a lot of risk, again, that could potentially threaten wealth. Our business has been purposely designed to be very low risk. Many business opportunities have got massive price tags and risk attached to them. I want you to be able to consider doing DuePoint. Even if you're skeptical, even if you feel like you don't know how to do this business, you are still free, you are still at liberty to join DuePoint and do DuePoint, because there's nothing to lose. There's no registration fees, there's no starter kit, there's no boxes in the foyer that you're going to go home with tonight and having bought. We've designed the business purposely to be low risk because we want it to be as accessible as possible to as much of the South African community as possible. There should be no fear in your heart when you consider doing DuePoint. That's a wonderful thing, right? That's also great because now you know if you do DuePoint and you go tell other people about the business, there's no responsibility placed on you where those people are going to lose if they're not able to do DuePoint. At the same time, no qualification and experience requirements. And then for me, probably the most important benefit is the ability to build an asset that you have ownership over. Again, the antithesis of employment. My question always is why do we focus on working for employers? Right? There is a place for them. Most certainly. But it can't be the only place. Because you will spend 8 hours a day for 45 years working for somebody else. And if we look at the statistics, what prospects are there waiting for us? Less than 5% of the population can afford retirement after having worked for 45 years for somebody else. That's crazy in this economy. That's why you're here. So maybe I'm preaching to the converted. Right? But you haven't joined yet. You haven't joined yet. Right? This business is born out of necessity. It's not for fun. It's to save our lives. Right? What we're talking about is necessity. And so I'm telling you that what you build here at DuePoint, the stake that you create for yourself in this business, you have ownership over. You have legal tender over it. It means you can sell your DuePoint channel of distribution. It is creating recurring income every single month. It has got intrinsic value because it's treated as an asset. It will never retrench you. Who can say that about their day jobs? It will never stop paying you when you get to 60, 65. My father's forced to work. He's way past retirement. Fortunately, he's got a company that will still employ him at the age of 72. What happens if they didn't? My mother-in-law, also panicking. She's about to hit retirement. Can't afford it. This is a reality for many South Africans. Owning an asset, the asset doesn't retire you. It's not going to stop paying you at your 60s and 70s. We will pay you through your 70s, through your 80s, through your 90s, through your 100s, your 110s. What happens to assets when you die? Do they disappear? They don't. An asset that you ownership, you're able to seed in your will. You're able to seed that to your beneficiaries, be it your wife, your children, your grandchildren perhaps. You get to create legacy in this lifetime. It's a very important benefit, knowing that you're building something that you own. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved in this business. How many of our guests thought you're going to be asked to sell something? Don't lie. All put your hands up. Everyone, put your hands up. What are we selling? Where are you taking me? What are we selling? I've got enough vitamins and boxes in my boot. Fortunately, our business is built on investment and insurance products, right? Intangible products. We don't have boxes. We don't have that inconvenience. And at the same time, you are not going to be asked to sell anything. Your only mandate is to go out and share the opportunity with other people. You don't have to convince them. You don't have to sell anything to them. You just have to connect them to opportunity. Say, out of necessity, I know this is something you might need. Come sit down for 30 minutes and see what they have to say. That's all you have to do, right? And if you're able to do that, if you're able to create a channel of distribution for yourself, you get to enjoy all these benefits. And so this is how it begins. You have to make the commitment. It starts with you. You've got to become the wealth engineer here at DuePoint and the product owner, and go out and start connecting people, speaking to people. If you speak to people, people will join. Right? And that is the beginning of your channel of distribution. So in this little example, we've got 5 people that have joined because of your efforts. This is where the power of duplication shows itself, because those 5 people have joined for the same reason, pretty much the same reason, why you joined. Right? And so they go out and connect other people, so on and so forth. And over time, this is what your channel of distribution could look like. Every single product owner that you've connected into the business because of the 5 people you connected. This is leverage. I'm going to show you real wealth engineers that show leverage in their businesses, right? This is the asset you own. This is what's paying you out recurring income every single month. Next month, you could decide, you know what? I'm tired of telling people about DuePoint. I'm tired of looking at my app. I'm closing everything down. I'm not looking at the app. I'm not telling anyone about DuePoint. Do you think DuePoint will pay you next month? Yes, we will. We will pay you next month. Why? Because we pay you for the channel that you've built, not for your activity. This is not a sales, a commission-based business. Right? So that's what your channel looks like. And this person will get paid a DuePoint return every single month. How do we pay our wealth engineers every single month? Through this DuePoint return. It is based on this number, 27.50 for every product that you have in your qualified channel. Anyone you introduce to DuePoint personally falls on what we call your first point. right? So you are responsible for building your first point. And on your first point, you're going to see, according to the table, we actually pay you 55, double that 27 Rand 50 for every product every month. Every month. It's recurring income, right? When those people go out and connect other individuals, we call that your second point. Again, you earn 55 Rand. If you had 100 people on your first and second point, you'd be earning 5,500 Rand every single month. 60,000 Rand a year in annuity income. Those people go out and connect people on the third point, and then you see the further the product gets away from you, that multiplier starts to reduce. By point 8, you're earning 4% of the 27 Rand 50, but we don't limit the size of your channel. There's a plus sign next to the 8. Because from point 8, in theory, to infinity, we will carry on paying you 4% of 27 Rand 50. Into infinity, in theory. So when I speak to people, like I'm doing to you now, I'm proposing a lifetime relationship. Some people are thinking, that's a big commitment. Who's got commitment issues? Don't answer that. You can cancel anytime. It's cheaper than a divorce. Right? But you will start to notice that everything that we speak about, the benefits of the DuePoint system, is actually to get you to start looking at this business from a long-term point of view, not a short-term. When we talk about creating social impact, our aspiration is to create relationships with people and families who are able to empower themselves and create wealth for themselves. At the end of the day, DuePoint, our founders, only deem themselves to be successful if they see people becoming wealthy through the system. It does not happen in the short term. Wealth is built in the long term. You might be thinking, if I had an extra 2,000 Rand a month, I'm wealthy. I'm saying to you, you're not wealthy. My expectation of creating wealth is when you are earning 50, 100, 250,000 Rand a month. That's where we want to see people get. I know you can get there, right? And so when we talk about this being unlimited, I hope it allows you to start thinking, well, maybe I can commit to this business in the long term. Because if I spend 40 years building this business, what is the ceiling I can reach? If they don't place any limitation on the stake that I can create in an insurance company, well, what potential does that have for me and my family? Go look around at successful insurance companies. And by the way, the founders have built a couple of very successful insurance companies. The people that have stakes in those insurance businesses are billionaires. How much of a stake do you want in that? That's what we've done. We've opened up this business to community to empower people to create that for themselves. Right? You do it for yourself. We don't do it for you, you do it for yourself. People still want to understand, though, well, how much money can I earn in the short term? Because you got a necessity. Necessity is usually, I need money now. Right? And so we built a 5-year plan to kind of show people, well, how much activity will get you a certain return paid to you every single month. So we started at 0, 6 months later, after having connected 2 people onto your first point every single month, you'll be sitting at about 2,500 Rand a month. Usually I give people a lesson about getting rid of debt, but I'm not going to give you a lesson. It's not a training seminar. I've decided. No more lessons. But if you want to become wealthy, you have to get rid of your debt. You can't become wealthy and still owe other people money. You can't make the mistake like I've made for the last 25 years of my life and just increase your lifestyle as your income goes up every single month. That doesn't work. That doesn't get you to wealth. That just makes you look a little flashier every single month. It does. You have to consider your spending patterns when you want to start working on wealth creation. And recurring income affords you that opportunity. It affords you to get rid of your debt completely. We always hope that people will aspire to that. After doing this for 12 months, you'll be sitting at close to 9,000 Rand a month. I'll go through this fairly quickly. At 24 months, you'll be close to 28,000 a month. 3 years in, close to 50,000 Rand a month. 4 years in, you'll be close to probably around 70,000 Rand a month. And then 5 years in, close to 85,000 Rand a month, which is 1 million Rand in annuity income. Annual income paid to you from DuePoint, your side job, your business on the side, the business that you do moonlighting, the business that pays you when you're not at work, the business that pays you while you're sleeping. 85,000 Rand a month. Who believes that's possible? Or do you think that number sounds too big? I can't connect to that, right? And I would agree with you. I can't imagine also starting a business on the side and just passively growing this income to the point of 85,000 Rand a month. But the beauty is that we have people doing this business and we show them off, right? Because the proof is in the pudding, not in what we claim it to be. And so we have the wonderful opportunity of inviting real wealth engineers up on stage every single month to share their testimony with us. So this month we've got a lovely lady, Yolandi, who's from Ermelo in Mpumalanga. She's been in the business. She's been doing it almost purely online, right? 6 months in, the value of a channel sitting at 2,500 Rand. We look at how much work she's done personally. That's that number at the bottom. 25 people on her first point. Those 25 people have allowed her to build a channel of 65. She didn't find the 64. She found 25. 25 went out and found another 40 people for her. That's the leverage afforded to you in the business, right? And so she's growing really quickly. We'll look at her in the next year and see where she is, because she's building it much faster than just 2 people a month. Then we've got Teresa Littis, who's been in the business for 2.5 years, so quite a while. Her business nearly had 5,000 Rand a month. You can see she's only got 15 people in. But because she's been doing it for so long, she's got a much bigger channel. If you go listen to her testimony, she'll say she's been very distracted. She moved from PE to Neisner, and then she wasn't really doing anything. The funny thing is, while she was doing nothing, DuePoint paid her every single month. Why? Because we don't pay for activity, we pay you for the stake that you build in this business. It is your asset that is deriving income for you. Truly. But in the last 3 months, she got stuck into DuePoint, and her income has tripled in 3 months. Right? So that's the growth she's enjoying when she's active in the business. And so we've got thousands of people that join the business every single month. You're free to go look at those testimonies. Go look at those testimonies. See what people are doing in the business. They share a lot of tips, a lot of value in their testimony, and a lot of it might resonate with you. But you need to decide what you want out of the business. You're all looking at those numbers, but I want you to decide what you want out of the business. What do you want? How much do you want? It is up to you. No one will dictate to you. The system is available and identical for every single wealth engineer that engages with DuePoint. You need to make that decision. On top of the returns program, we've got a rewards program. So this is additional benefit for all our wealth engineers. When your channel starts to get to certain sizes, we call them ranks, right? And there's additional rewards waiting for you at each rank. So most of the ranks are cash checks over and above your return that we pay you every single month, but some are different. So I'm going to show you a couple of those. At rank 5, you get a business toolkit valued at 1,200 Rand. It's just made up of DuePoint merchandise, which you're free to get at any stage. Invest in merchandise for yourself in business, right? If you started your own business, would you get business cards? I'll take a photo of all of you and make sure you all order business cards after this. So at rank 5, we give you additional stationery. We take that a big step further. At rank 7, we spend 17,000 Rand getting 1 set of business cards manufactured for you. You get 1,000 cards. That cost us 17,000 Rand. I still balk when I see the numbers. Yes, we need to replace it with something else. 17,000 Rand on business cards, crazy. But I'm someone that comes from advertising. I appreciate the value that branding and marketing has, right? Because your biggest obstacle when you go out and connect people is to get them to trust what you're saying to them. When you say to somebody, oh, I've got something to show you, they're going to be like, who are you? Who are you telling me what to do? Right? Oh, I've been in these things. Right? They might have had bad experiences in the past. And so creating a good first impression is very valuable. 17,000 Rand business cards help you do that because they see the level of investment you have in the business. When they see your business card, which they've never seen before. No one's got 17,000 Rand business cards. It makes a wonderful first impression. It will help your prospecting. All our tools are designed to help you in this business. At rank 9, and I'm working on the invitation letter as we speak today. So at rank 9, we send an invitation to you and your family, inviting you to our rank 9 international conference that happens every single year. When you get to rank 9, you get to enjoy with your family this week of luxury. We go to a 5-star luxury resort somewhere out there, usually an island resort, and it's an all expenses paid trip. We fly business class. Even if your kid's 2 years old, they sit in the business class seat, right? And you really get to experience what wealth feels like. And that is more than just perhaps what you think at face value it is. Allowing children to experience luxury and going overseas and flying business class and the luxuries in life just broadens their horizon of what is possible in this lifetime. It is invaluable, right? And we get to invite you on this trip every single year for the rest of your life. It's not a once-off trip. And so take a look. We've got a video that's documented our last 2 trips. Both have been in Mauritius. Mauritius is a wonderful venue, or destination, should I say. And the record to rank 9 is 5 months. Fastest person to get to rank 9, 5 months. Open their laptop one morning at Spur, 5 months later, 1,000 products, earning 20,000 Rand a month and coming to Mauritius with us. 1,000 qualified products in your channel. Children have an absolute ball on this week. And it really is a glimpse into where DuePoint wants to take you permanently. We want you to be able to afford a 25,000 Rand per night trip anytime you want, not just once a year. And so this is actually the little trip in the rewards program. 2 ranks later, we spend 250,000 Rand. We buy you a brand new car. So if anyone wants a brand new car, we pay for that car cash. It is placed in your name, and you get to drive that car off our parking lot with a little bit of fanfare. You get to park that car at home in the garage, knowing there's no debit order at the end of the month. How much closer are you to becoming wealthy? How soon can you become debt-free? Right? So people have done this in 24 months at DuePoint. It's available for every single person in this room. At work, traditionally, things like this are only available for the top salespeople or the executives or the people that get boxed in that category. And even those people have got limits. At DuePoint, I'm saying there's no limit. There's no limitation to what you can do here in this business. So that is a sneak peek into the rewards program. The rewards program goes up to rank 28 so far. So we've already mapped out and planned 28 ranks, which we suspect should take about 25 years. Can you see I'm trying to get you to make a lifetime commitment to this business? This business will survive all of us. Imagine your grandchildren involved in this business one day. Okay, now I'm scaring you. Let's carry on. Our business is very much built on the products that we've innovated. The products try to do the same thing. They are not arbitrary products. They are designed with wealth creation, wealth protection in mind, right? And at the same time to be affordable and accessible to every South African. We do not discriminate against your age or your health with any of our products. And so Access Wealth is our first product. This is an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month, of which 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund. That's in your name. You've got full access to that. The insurance portion is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. Anyone can take out this product over the age of 18. Doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter what your health status is. We're not interested in your health status. The premium, the price is the same for everybody. Same with Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is only insurance. It's going to cost you only 249 Rand per month. You get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover with this product. Then we have our funeral cover product in the form of Family Wealth. Family Wealth starts at 299 Rand. It gives you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to an additional 5 family members. You can increase the cover up to 30,000 Rand as well as up to 10 family members. And as the principal member, you also get up to 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So upon your death, not only do you have the funeral cover, but we will pay up to 10,000 Rand of any liability that you have. Again, you can see no excluded pre-existing conditions. This does have an age limit of 70, so you've got to get in undercover before you turn 70, but once you're undercover, it becomes whole of life. So then you can live to 120. You'll still be covered by Family Wealth. Right, and then we have a new product in the form of Legal Guard. Legal Guard is going to cost you 249 Rand a month. This gives you legal indemnity up to the value of 250,000 Rand per matter. Anyone been to court? Don't put your hands up. I was going to say, anyone been to jail? Not only do you get the legal indemnity, but they will assist you with all kinds of matters, CCMA matters. They will go with you to the CCMA matters. They will help you with agreements, divorces, all kinds of things. So we try to cover as much legal risk as you might have with this product. You can add family members at only 25 Rand on top of that 249 Rand. So wonderful Legal Guard product. And then Wealth Points is a lifestyle product. This product aims to lower your monthly expenditure. So for 299 Rand a month, you get to enjoy the discounts and the services we've negotiated with the list of businesses that you see there. So we've tried to cover typically what people spend their money on every single month, right? Your monthly expenses. And if you become a Wealth Points member, you should be able to lower your monthly expenditure by engaging with these partners. So we've got a wonderful example. Last week, one of our wealth engineers who lives out in Bombela, he bought a Ford I don't even know what it is. It looks like a bus. Looks like a minibus almost. He went and bought one of those, got a 40,000 Rand discount from Eagle Ford, and the salesman drove the car to him in Bombela to deliver it. Right? So that's kind of discount in the service that you get with the partners that we have. Those are the 5 products. We have done updated training on all those products. In other words, in-depth review videos. If you become a wealth engineer, please go watch the videos because it'll give you a much greater sense of appreciation of the value of each of these products. All right. Then the Achiever Quest is for people who need money now. Who needs money now? Yes, we all need money now. Give me the money now. Right? Short term. We're all thinking short term. Our feet are here by our feet. I'm trying to get you to lift your eyes to what's possible in the long term. But I appreciate the necessity in the short term. And so we have the Achiever Quest. In the Achiever Quest, you can boost your monthly return massively, right? But you've got to go do the work. So if you can connect 10 or more people in a single month who pay successfully in that same month, if you do 10, we'll give you an additional 5,000 Rand. If you do 20 people, we'll give you additional 10,000 Rand. If you do 30 people, so in other words, almost a person a day, or a person a day, you can boost your monthly return by 15,000 Rand. You can do this every single month. Right? Do that for a year, it's 180,000 Rand. And by the way, we've got another incentive called the 365 Challenge, which says if you can do 30 people a month for 12 months in a row, we will give you benefit to the value of 1.4 million Rand out of this business. in 12 months. We'll make you a millionaire in 12 months if you can do a person a day. Think about that. Work it into your daily schedule. A little bit of background on our business. I touched on this when we started. I said we were a division of an insurance company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Their offices, that's actually their old offices, I've got a photo, but they recently just moved across from the Ferrari garage up the road here in William Nicol. I said we're a 70-year-old business. If you decide to join us at DuePoint, I want you to be proud of the partnership that you've entered into. I don't want you to be skeptical. Why? Because there's no reason for you to be skeptical. You might have come in skeptical with skepticism. I understand that, right? How do you get rid of skepticism? Knowledge. You get rid of it through knowledge. Skepticism is based on the idea of, I'm not sure, I don't know. Remove that. So go do some research on DuePoint. Go to our website. Go to Constantia's website. Go look at Constantia's 70-year track record. Look at it and see, is there anything I should be worried about? We are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange. So we are a public company under Conduit Capital. Know that we are publicly audited every single year. We are also regulated by the FSCA constantly, right? Myself and Brendan have got personal liability in this business. What does that mean? That means if I do something wrong, and it doesn't go to court, the FSCA just rules on it. They say, 5 million rand fine. Personal. The business is not going to pay for it, I have to pay for it. Or 5 years in prison. So understand that the founders have got personal liability in this business. Is there anything you should be skeptical about? If there is, figure it out. Because if you become a wealth engineer, you have to go out there and be a proponent of this business. It's a partnership. It's not you and DuePoint. You become part of DuePoint. And people have to see that trust and belief in your eyes if you want to be successful. If you want the responsibility of connecting other people to this business, you must believe in this business, right? And so I want you to do that for yourself. The decision I want you to make is one that is loaded with intention. The decision is not whether you want to join or not. I passed that at slide 3. I hope you've decided whether you are joining or not. For the people that have decided to join, please be intentional about this business. What does this mean? It means that if you want to change your circumstance, there needs to be a large amount of energy that takes place for you to make this shift to suddenly fit DuePoint into your life. Not like going to gym or quit smoking or losing weight, right? Those things are New Year's resolutions. They are novelties. They come and go. You do them when you feel like it. This business is born out of necessity. It is tragic when you speak to people who are at retirement and they can't afford retirement and they are looking for jobs again at the age of 65. That's 95% of us. Do not think you're excluded from that statistic. So I'm hoping that you see that necessity, right? And that you will use this business to empower yourself. It gives you back dignity and some control over your income when many of us feel out of control. And so, how do you get started? 4 quick points. Register yourself as a wealth engineer. The person hosting you will help you do that. It's a 5-minute process. Download the DuePoint app onto your smartphone because that's going to be your primary business tool. Go watch the training videos. It'll take you a month to watch all the training. Not a 5-year degree. Quick, 30 days, but do it for yourself. Go watch the training. You can watch them multiple times, but become an expert in this business so that when someone asks you a question, you know the answer. Don't say, I must phone client service. I'm not sure. The training is all there, right? So that you can become an expert in the business that you partnered into. And then if you want to start earning money, and you want to start earning money, because that's why you're here, you have to connect 3 people at least. And so your first goal in this business is to find those 3 people who decide to become wealth engineers and pay their product successfully. And that's when you will get an SMS in the middle of next month saying, your bank account has been credited. Because unless that happens, you will never be a believer in this business. Unless money gets deposited into your account from DuePoint. And you have to do the same thing for those people that come into the business. Right? Because people that are earning, those are the people that believe, those are the people that are going to help you build your business, your channel here at DuePoint. Cape Town Encounter, this is for free. It's a business seminar. Brendan's flying down to do the business seminar down in Cape Town. Go make a list of everyone you know in the Western Cape and invite them. It costs you nothing. But this is a wonderful opportunity because it only happens once a year to get Brennan to help you build your channels, right? To get people entrenched into the business because he gets to spend a few hours with them going through the business and the opportunity and why it is an opportunity that they cannot miss. And you should be earning money out of every province in this business, right? Because the technology affords you that. The social media platforms that we're on, so go like and join and follow and do all those things on the social media platform so that you are engaged in our business. Right? Again, technology allows us, wherever we are in the country, to be intimate with this business that we've partnered with. The app available for Apple and Android, and then we've got a store on our website that allows you to buy merchandise and get it delivered anywhere in the country. Remember, you're all committed to buying business cards. Taking pictures of all of you, I want to see the orders happen. Get business cards, get some merchandise, right? It's about credibility. It's about showing people that you trust the business you're trying to be a proponent of. And with that, I thank you very much for your time, for coming out, for watching us on the live stream. My wish for every audience that I get to address is that you're able to find prosperity for yourself this year. There's still lots of 2019 left. Who's written off 2019? Many people. You will see them come out the woodwork on Facebook at the end of the year saying, 2019 was a rubbish year. 2020 is going to be my year. That's the year we're all getting raises and inflation goes backwards. No. That's what you're dreaming about when you're sleeping. That's not going to happen. 2020 is going to be the same as 2019 unless you do something different. What are you going to do? Start telling someone about an opportunity called DuePoint. Just come sit down for 35 minutes. You decide. I'm not here to convince you. Come see what they have. Got nothing to lose. That is my wish for everyone. Prosperity and the best December you've ever had and a stress-free January when you're not waiting for your salary to get paid in because the money disappeared already. So I wish that for all of you. Thank you for your time. Good luck.